In the heart of Lagos, where the streets buzzed with life and endless possibilities, a young woman named Amara walked through the crowded market. Surrounded by colorful stalls and cheerful vendors, she watched the world around her with bright eyes and an even brighter smile. She believed the future held something special for her. As the sun melted into the Atlantic Ocean, painting the sky with shades of gold and orange, Amara sat quietly on the beach. She stared at the horizon, imagining a life filled with love, purpose, and success. Her dreams seemed as vast as the sea before her. One evening, at a lively gathering filled with music and laughter, fate introduced her to Chick. Across the crowd, their eyes met. In that brief moment, something unspoken passed between them, a connection neither of them could ignore. Love blossomed quickly. Together, they explored Lagos, sharing roasted corn on busy streets, taking playful selfies and laughing at jokes only they understood. Every day felt like an adventure, and every moment brought them closer. Soon, family and friends gathered to celebrate their union. Traditional drums echoed through the air as dancers filled the courtyard with energy and joy. Surrounded by loved ones, Amara and Chick began a new chapter as husband and wife. Their first home was modest, but to them it felt like a palace. Side by side, they unpacked boxes, arranged furniture, and dreamed about the future they would build together. Their hearts were full of hope. Many evenings were spent around the dining table, where Chick passionately shared plans for growing his business. Amara listened attentively, believing in his vision and supporting every ambitious goal he set. But slowly, things began to change. One night, Amara sat alone at the dinner table, waiting. The food had grown cold. She glanced repeatedly at the clock, wondering when her husband would come home. As rain streamed down the window, a pregnant Amara stood quietly watching the city lights blur in the distance. She gently rubbed her growing belly, hoping the future would bring answers to the questions she could no longer ignore. Then came a moment that changed everything. In a hospital room filled with tears of happiness, Amara held her newborn son, Toby, for the first time. His tiny fingers wrapped around hers, and her heart overflowed with love. For a while, happiness returned. Family portraits captured smiling faces, warm embraces, and dreams of a bright future. They looked like the perfect family. Yet behind the smiles, cracks were forming. Chick became increasingly distant, rushing out each morning before conversations could begin. Amara watched him leave while balancing the responsibilities of motherhood alone. Evenings became quieter. Whenever Amara tried to talk, Chicky's attention remained fixed on his phone. The distance between them grew wider with every passing day. What began as small disagreements eventually turned into serious arguments. The once peaceful home echoed with tension and frustration. Late at night, when the house was silent, Amara sat alone on the edge of the bed. Tears rolled down her cheeks as she wondered what had happened to the love they once shared. Financial pressures soon added fuel to the growing conflict. Unpaid bills piled up on the table, each one a reminder of their struggles. Night after night, Chike returned home exhausted and irritated. The stress he carried followed him through the front door. Eventually, their frustrations exploded into fierce confrontations. Harsh words replaced understanding, and anger replaced affection. From the hallway, young Toby watched in silence. Fear filled his eyes as he witnessed the people he loved most drifting apart. That night, Amara cried herself to sleep, her tears hidden beneath the darkness of the room. The next day, she stood before a wall of family photographs. Her fingers rested on a wedding picture, and memories of happier times flooded back. She realized she had spent too long hoping things would change. The woman staring back from that photograph deserved peace, and so did her son. After the final argument, Amara wiped away her tears. For the first time in a long while, she made a decision not out of fear, but out of courage. With the heavy heart, she packed their belongings. Every folded shirt and packed bag marked the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. Holding Toby's hand tightly, Amara walked away from the house beneath the glow of streetlights. The road ahead was uncertain, but she refused to look back. As dawn broke over her family's rural compound, a taxi arrived carrying Amara and Toby. They had come home to begin again. Waiting on the porch was Mama Amara. Without saying a word, she wrapped her daughter and grandson in a warm embrace that spoke of love, safety, and acceptance. Back in her childhood bedroom, Amara unpacked their few belongings while Toby explored the room with curiosity. It wasn't much, but it was a fresh start. Determined to rebuild her life, Amara returned to school. Carrying books and a renewed sense of purpose, she stepped through the school gates ready to learn and grow. Before long, she found herself standing in front of a classroom. Teaching children brought her joy, and for the first time in years, she felt useful and fulfilled. Long after everyone else slept, Amara sat at a desk preparing lesson plans. The work was exhausting, but she refused to quit. To earn extra income, she spent nights sewing under the glow of a lamp. Every stitch represented another step toward independence. Some evenings, she counted the little money she had earned and wondered how far it would stretch. Life remained difficult, yet no matter how little they had, Amara and Toby always shared meals together. Their love made even the simplest dinner feel special. Whenever Toby worried, Amara reassured him with gentle words and unwavering affection. She became his safe place in an uncertain world. Not everyone supported her journey. At family gatherings, whispers followed her wherever she went. Others offered advice she never asked for, questioning her choices and reminding her of her past. Alone in her room, Amara sometimes questioned herself too. Had she made the right decision? Could she truly succeed? Whenever doubt crept in, Toby's love reminded her why she kept going. One simple hug could heal wounds words could never reach. Amara began tutoring children after school. Patiently teaching mathematics, she discovered she had a gift for helping others learn. Word spread quickly. More students arrived each week, eager to learn from the dedicated teacher who genuinely cared about their success. Parents stayed after class to thank her. Their gratitude gave her confidence and strengthened her belief in herself. Soon, her small tutoring sessions grew into a thriving learning center. Watching children succeed became one of her greatest achievements. Wanting to help others facing similar struggles, Amara joined a support group for single mothers. There, women shared experiences and found strength together. Their stories were different, but their resilience was the same. Together, they laughed, encouraged one another, and rebuilt their lives. Years passed. Toby grew into a hardworking young man who spent long nights studying, determined to honor his mother's sacrifices. The day finally arrived. Wearing his graduation gown, Toby proudly crossed the university stage, carrying with him every lesson his mother had taught him. During his graduation speech, he paused and looked directly at Amara. "Everything I am today is because of my mother. She never gave up on me, even when life gave her every reason to give up." As the audience applauded, tears streamed down Amara's face. Every struggle, every sacrifice, and every sleepless night suddenly felt worthwhile. Years later, Amara stood before a room filled with women seeking hope. Speaking with confidence and wisdom, she shared her story, not as a victim, but as a survivor. The audience rose to their feet in applause, and as she looked across the crowd, Amara realized something powerful. Life had not broken her, it had revealed her strength. The end.